Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to The Void. We've got a very special show today because we've got some comments. A couple people have very graciously written into the show. They've sent messages down in the comments, so please remember to do that at the end of the episode today, and we will read them on air tomorrow. So this is something that I would genuinely like to integrate into the show and to have it be a part of the daily routine. So if anyone out there is listening, first-time listener, new listener, old listener, please send in some comments. Let's do a little bit of chatting, and it'll add to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Void. Today I am drinking some tea. I'm having a little bit of Earl Grey out of my mushroom mug. This is a mug I got from Cost Plus about 2 years ago. It was a special edition mug, I think. I don't know if they still sell these, but it looks just like a mushroom, and actually the cap of the mushroom covers the ceramic, so it keeps your tea warm, and then you just pull it off, and you just take a nice sip of your tea of choice. It's fantastic. I really love it, and it gives you a little bit of... Tea gives me so much energy. I really love tea, and I love a good tea that's been the leaves have just been pressed, and it's a fresh tea. You really get that herbal sensation in your mouth. It's super nice, and it's something I really enjoy. So I had a little bit of tea today with some chocolate chip yellow cake that I had made the other day. It's the little things in life, ladies and gentlemen. When you're going through cancer, you want something, you want a little sweet sometimes. You want a little sweet tooth. And fortunately, my appetite has been extremely good since my diagnosis and since starting treatment. I'm able to eat like crazy. And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, I had Olive Garden last night. I did. I used the gift card, and I had Olive Garden. And you know what? Better yet, I actually acquired 2 more Olive Garden gift cards yesterday because some of my extended family members came to visit. And they had I don't know if they had listened to the show, I'd highly doubt it, but they had heard through word of mouth that I was a big Olive Garden fan. 2 more Olive Garden gift cards came my way, so now I don't know what I'm going to do. Am I going to have Olive Garden like 5 days in a row? Possibly. It might happen. But yeah, I had a rigatoni with some red sauce and then a little bit of the pan-fried chicken. And I had some chicken gnocchi soup as well as some breadsticks to dip in that. And it was such a good meal, ladies and gentlemen. When I explain this, like, people who have had Olive Garden understand the mediocrity of the place, but when you're craving it, it hits different. It really does, and I enjoyed it. So I also took my car out for a drive yesterday because the family was over, and that was really nice. It felt good just to be back behind the wheel, cruising a little bit, listening to the music, got the radio blasting, and I was not listening to The Void. I'm not that egotistical, but I should have been, because The Void needs to be on the radio, ladies and gentlemen. We got to do a little push here. I originally, actually, when I started this whole thing, I wanted to set up a radio station. I wanted to do this live, and even though I'm doing this live, like I'm sitting here and I'm just pushing play and just whatever happens kind of a thing, it would be a lot more fun to have a show that's like, okay, 3, 2, 1, you're on the air. But it's a lot more complicated to set up, a lot more expensive to set up, and it just isn't the right time, I don't think. I think right now I need something that's simple, something that I can just sit behind my desk, push the record button, and just start going. So what do you say we jump into some of these messages here? We only got a couple of them today, but we'll make it work. It's going to be a little bit shorter of a show, but you know what? That's all right, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't have to be a long show every single day. We can afford to take some smaller breaks and to have a show that, it's about quality over quantity, I think, when you're doing a show like this. Because if I just had an hour-long show, or even a half an hour-long show, because maintaining this kind of energy for a long time, it's exhausting, and you run out of things to talk about. So let's start with some comments here. Buddy of mine, Zaid, said you said you want to integrate speakers into future shows. If you could pick 3 celebrities, or not, to be on the show, who would you pick? Also, great work. Keep it up. Well, I really appreciate that message. If I could pick 3 celebrities to be on the show, I think it would be Matthew McConaughey, Matt Damon, and who would be the last one? I'm thinking Daniel Craig, but maybe not. Maybe, that's tough. Very tough. I'm not sure. The last one. Let's go with Daniel Craig. All guys. That's interesting. Not one female in there. Where's the representation? What's happening? What have I come to? But yeah, thanks for writing in, Zaid. Those are the celebrities I was putting on the show. I'm not really sure why exactly I said those three. I think Matthew McConaughey is just such an interesting fella. I think he's got a lot to say. I think he's got a great voice. That's for sure. I'd put him on here in a second. And Matt Damon, I love the movies he's in. And Daniel Craig, I mean, the dude's James Bond. I have so many Bond questions to ask him. I'm sure he's absolutely sick of talking about it, but I think it would be really fun to have a little James Bond themed show. And a little Daniel Craig, he's probably completely sick of it. And I know he's done as James Bond. I know that. I know they're looking for someone else. But for me, if you're cast as James Bond, you'll always be James Bond. The same way Sean Connery is James Bond. He's been in a ton of shit, or was in a ton of shit. God rest his soul. And yeah, I don't know. Those are my picks. Sean Connery, I'm double checking the fact that he's passed away. I'm sure he, yes, okay, I was right. It was 2020. It was in 2020 when he passed. Man, 2020, that was a shitty year. It really was. That was not a good year for anybody. But we made it through it, and we'll continue going on. And what can you do? All right, we got another message in here from the Magician, who is my buddy Lance. He says, "The Void, love it, man. More wise words." Well, I don't know how wise these words are, but they'll definitely continue pouring out. I've got nothing else going on, and he said he continued. He had a follow-up question or follow-up. That was the first one was more of a statement. He now has a follow-up question. He says, "What is really in Area 51? Does the Void have the answers?" The Void does not have the answers. The Void could tell you, but the Void would have to kill you. And we are a pacifist show here. We are a nice show. We're not going to be doing any dirty work for any secret government agents. But what is really in Area 51? I would say the aliens. I mean, isn't it obvious? I mean, why would all this superstition about the Area 51 holding the aliens? It's got the alien technology. It's got to have it. Why wouldn't it? You know how boring and disappointing it would be if Area 51 didn't have aliens? If Area 51 was truly just an advanced, test facility where they're studying new technology. We all want it to be aliens, and they for sure are in there. And we're just going to leave it at that. And even the government's just like, you know what? I mean, when Obama was president, Obama officially announced that Area 51 existed. Up until that point, it didn't exist. No one knew what are you talking about? Area 51? What are you talking about? We don't know what you're talking about. But it was there. It's been there for fucking years. So I know they got the aliens there. I mean, it's 100%. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that is the end of our comments reading section. If you enjoyed it and you'd like to contribute, please send in some comments, send in some questions. We'll chat about it a little bit on the show. And we'll just continue on doing that. I think it would be fun. I really do, and it was fun. So thank you to the two of you for sending those in. And with that, ladies. Oh no! We had a technical malfunction, ladies and gentlemen. While I was trying to end the show, I ran out of disk space, and it booted me out. It booted me out big time, and it said, "Nope, you don't get to end your show today the way you want to." But I'm back anyway, and I just want to say thanks so much for listening to The Void. Tune in next time tomorrow for some more comments if there are any, and we'll have a good show tomorrow. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Really appreciate all the support, all the comments. Take good care of yourself, and have a great rest of your day.